Okay, so let's go ahead and get on our square. Feet are gonna be right underneath those hip sockets, pointed straight ahead. Okay, let's go ahead and engage those glutes as tight as we can, and then relax them. Engage those glutes as tight as we can, and then relax them. Okay, and then this time when we engage them, we're gonna keep them engaged, right? We're gonna start with 3, or let's go 4 really deep breaths. Okay, here we go. Breathe in through the mouth and out through the mouth. So here we go. Deep breath in. And just let it flow out. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. And then this last time when we breathe in, we're going to go ahead and close our eyes and then breathe out. So deep breath in. Go ahead and close those eyes. All right, make sure the glutes are engaged. Let's shift the weight way back in the heels, giving us this sensation of we're going to fall back and lose our balance, but don't go that far. And then we're going to go ahead and rock forward into those toes. As you rock forward into those toes, I want you to take those toes and spread them out inside of the shoe, or if you're not wearing shoes, just spread them out. They help with balance. Then we're going to rock back into those heels. Then we're going to rock back into those toes. And as we're doing this, in the spirit of creating a positive relationship with movement, so early in the morning, we're going to be acknowledging the toes, saying good morning to the muscles of the feet, right? Thanking them for getting up and joining us this morning and supporting us this morning. Okay, we're going to do the same thing as we keep the glutes engaged, thanking your butt. When's the last time you thanked your butt, right? Let's thank our butt for engaging and helping us get out of bed and work out so early this morning. Okay, now we're going to take the feet and bring them closer together. I like to get my heels touching and my 2 big toes touching, right? I'm going to get with some soft knees. I'm going to go ahead and keep the knees together. I'm going to start making circles. And when I start making those circles, I'm going to notice that my ankles, my hips, and my shoulders, everything's kind of moving when we're making these circles. And as we're doing that, we're just going to start from the bottom. We've already done the feet. Start with those ankles, right? Just taking a quick inventory, seeing how they feel. Good morning, ankles, right? Thinking about the muscles of the lower leg. So your gastrocnemius, your soleus, your anterior tibialis. I'm just going to say your shin muscles and your calf muscles. Good morning to them, right? Checking in with those knees. How do they feel this morning? Let's go ahead and reverse that circle. Checking in with the hips, seeing how they're feeling this morning. Thank you, hips, right? Okay, so then we're going to stop with the circles. Now we're going to take a wide stance. So get those feet outside of shoulder width apart. They're still pointing straight ahead. Let's go ahead and reset. So get the weight in the heels. Squeeze the glutes as tight as you can. We are still breathing, right? Now I'm going to take those fingers as they lie or they hang on each side of my legs. And I'm going to spray those fingers out as wide as I can. And then I'm going to make a fist, super tight fist. And then I'm going to spray those fingers out again as wide as I can. And then I'm going to make a fist. And I'm just trying to get some blood deep into those fingertips, right? Stretching out those muscles of the hands, right? Saying good morning to my fingers, good morning to the palms, right? Now this time when I spray my fingers out, I'm going to keep them sprayed out, and then I'm going to go ahead and bend at my elbows, raising my thumbs up as high as I can. If I can touch my shoulders, then I'm going to do that, right? And then I'm going to extend them back down to the side. It's kind of like we're doing some bicep curls. I'm going to do that again. So we're working on the front of the arm, front of the upper arm as we do this. And then I'm going to straighten those arms out again. And then we're working on the back of the upper arm. So triceps, biceps, good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning, right? Extend them back down to the side. Now this time when I bend at the elbow and bring those thumbs up, I'm gonna stop at a 90-degree angle. And then I'm gonna raise those elbows off, up to the side. So I should be standing with my elbows pointing to each side of the room. I got a 90-degree bend at my elbow and my fingers are sprayed apart, okay? Now I'm gonna take a deep breath in, and as I breathe out, I'm gonna twist to one side, okay? So deep breath in, and as I breathe out, I'm actually gonna twist to my left. The twist as far as I can. Oh, try to keep the hips pointed straight ahead while my shoulders are pointed to the left side. And then I'm gonna take a deep breath again. I'm gonna breathe out and rotate to the other side. And I'm just gonna keep doing that, loosening up that spine, saying good morning to my vertebrae, muscles of the trunk. Let's get some blood moving in there. Taking an inventory of the tight spots or the loose spots. And then ultimately finishing pointing straight ahead with those shoulders, pointing straight ahead with those hips. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop those arms. I'm gonna narrow my stance again, okay? Getting my feet underneath those hip sockets. I'm gonna reset by engaging those glutes, get back in the heels, okay? Now, let's go ahead and raise those or extend those arms straight out in front of you until they're horizontal or parallel to the ground. Then I'm going to drop the fingers so that they point down towards the ground. Then I'm going to try to bring those fingers or point them back at my body, right? And I should start to feel the stretch at the top of the forearm or a cramp in the case of my left arm. Now I'm going to drop those fingers back down to the ground. They're going to come up. Fingers are going to be pointing straight ahead. Now I'm going to point the fingers up towards the ceiling. And then I'm going to continue to try to point those fingers back towards me. I should feel a nice stretch underneath my forearm. Okay. And then I'm going to do that again just faster. So I'm going to go back down, pointing back towards me, go back up, pointing back towards me. And then let's bring the fingers to where they're pointing straight ahead, and then let's drop them. Let's go with internal circles of the wrist, right? Good morning, wrist. Good morning, muscles of the forearm. Good morning, shoulders, because I can feel my shoulders already. Now I'm going to reverse those circles with the wrist. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to drop those hands again to the side of my body. And I'm just going to shake the whole thing out, right? Get real liquid, right? Relax your butt. Just shake that out. Okay. Now let's reset. Get back in those heels. Squeeze your butt. Then we're going to go with some shoulder rolls. Let's go with big shoulder rolls backwards. Backward shoulder rolls. Big ones. Still breathing. Glutes are still engaged. Weight is still in the heels. Now I'm going to reverse those shoulder rolls. Big shoulder rolls. Nice. As I'm doing these shoulder rolls, I'm just taking an inventory of the muscles of the shoulder girdle and the bones, right? Your clavicle or your collarbone, your shoulder blades, right? Good morning. Thank you. All right. Okay. So then we're going to relax. Okay. Reset. Weights in the heels. Squeeze the butt. Left ear down to the left shoulder as far as you can. All the way down. Keeping your face pointed straight ahead. How far can you go? How low can you go? All right. Now let's take that right ear, right shoulder, all the way down. Okay, let's bring that head level again. Now let's take the chin over the left shoulder. Now keep your hips pointed straight ahead. Keep your shoulders pointed straight ahead. Weights in the heel, glutes are engaged. Still breathing. Chin all the way over left shoulder as far as you can. Hey. Okay, chin over right shoulder as far as you can. Okay, gaze straight ahead. Now let's take that chin up towards the ceiling, right? If you have the weight in your heels and your glutes are engaged, I want you to look all the way up, all the way up. You should be able to lean back a little bit without losing too much of your balance. And then take that chin all the way down to your chest. All right, go ahead and bring that gaze level. And then we're going to finish with four deep breaths. Here we go. One. Two. Three. And four. Slowly go ahead and open up your eyes. Okay. All right. So I had this workout all planned out, and I actually feel really, really good today. But I also feel like I need to mobilize a little bit. So we are going to take that dial and turn it down just a little bit. And we're going to start with some mobilization, and then we're going to get into our core ultimately. All right. So what I want you guys to do is we're going to get on the ground here. So I'm going to bring you down to my level. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start with some cat cows. Let's start with some cat cows. So what a cat cow is I'm going to get on all fours, like so. I'm going to try to place my hands underneath the shoulders and then my knees underneath my hips, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that chin and I'm going to tuck it into my chest, and I'm going to take my hips. So watch my hips, you guys. This is real subtle. I'm going to try to tuck my hips and my chin at the same time. So I'm going to go here, pulling those hips under, tucking that chin, creating a huge arch in my back, okay? And then I'm going to reverse that by taking my hips and rotating them up towards the ground as I try to raise my head to touch my butt. So that would be the cow. So just imagine if someone had a rope around your waist and they were pulling down on it, right? And you were trying not to let them pull your whole body down. You get this nice saddle or this nice bow in your back while I am trying to look up towards the ceiling. And I'm just going to go from that position back to this hip tucked position with my chin tucked. And I'm trying to, now that rope is around the middle and someone's pulling, trying to lift me off the ground. Okay. We're just going to keep going back and forth. I'm going to call that 2. Now I'm breathing in as I tuck the hips under, chin gets tucked. Trying to fill up those lungs. It seemed counterintuitive. And then when I look up and drop, I'm breathing out. I'm going to call that 5, you guys. Let's go to 10 with this. Now I'm noticing when I'm in my cat, I'm actually trying to push away from the ground So I should be at the top of those shoulders. Scoop that hip up. And then when I transition into cow, I'm at the bottom of those shoulders. And what I mean by that is I got this range of motion here. This would be the bottom of the shoulders. This would be the top. I'm going to call that 8. 9. 10. All right. Good job. Okay. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and lay down on my side. And when I'm on my side here, I'm going to put the knees, stack the heels, right? And then bring those knees up. Think about looking at yourself from a bird's eye view. If you were looking down, you want a 90-degree bend from your shin to your femur, and then another 90-degree bend at your femur to your torso. And then those arms are extended out in front of you. And then you have another 90-degree bend from your torso to your arm. Okay. And I believe you guys both know this movement. This is the T-spine windmill. So what I'm going to do with my top hand is I'm going to shift it forward. Then when it's forward, I'm going to flip it. So I'm going to roll over that top thumb to where both palms are facing the ceiling. And then I'm going to drop my head and I'm going to trace a half circle, trying to keep my fingertips on the ground. But if I reach a spot to where I have to bend my elbow to keep my fingers on the ground, I'm just going to go ahead and lift my hand because I want to keep that arm straight at the elbow. I'm going to come through. And when I get to my half circle, I should be in this position. Now I want my knees to still be stacked and touching and pushing into the ground. And when I do that, it's going to lift that left shoulder up. But I'm going to take a deep breath in. And as I breathe out, I'm going to try to get that shoulder to touch the ground. So in this position, we're going to do 5 deep breaths. That was 1. Each time we exhale, we're going to try to melt more into the ground. Here we go. 3. 4. 5. Okay, so when you get to the 5th, hopefully you're touching the ground with the fingertip. Then you're just going to reverse that movement, dragging the tip of that fingernail, retracing that half circle, finishing fingertip to fingertip. Now with the first one of these is where we do the breathing. Now we're going to do 4 more to get to 5, but we're just going to trace, get there, do 1 breath, come back. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, let's get that other side. Okay. Now we need that 90-degree, right? We got 1, 2, 3 90 degrees. Drop that head. We're going to reach, flip the hand, so roll over the top thumb, right? Trace that half circle. Once you're there, remember the first one, we do 5 breaths, 5 deep breaths. We're exhaling, melting into the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're going to retrace that circle. Palm should be, the palm of the moving hand should be pointed straight up towards the ceiling. Okay, so that's 1. And that's 2. I'm already seeing that this is my looser side. My rib cage is more open on this side. 3. Could be because I'm right-handed. And I'm using this side more. 4. Or it could just be, and I'm just warmed up. 5. Okay, good job. Good job. Okay, next, I want you to go ahead and get on your back. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and spread those fingers out and brace the ground so that I'm kind of pushing in the ground to kind of brace my body. All right, now I'm gonna take those legs and straighten them out. I'm gonna lift one leg straight up in the air. Now, when I lift that leg, I'm gonna go ahead and lift my right leg. I'm not gonna push through my left leg to lift it, right? That leg is completely relaxed. I'm gonna lift it straight up. And then I'm gonna let that leg fall across my body, but I'm not gonna let it go down. So if it's high, when it goes to the ground, I'm gonna try to keep it high. Now, when that starts to happen, my right shoulder is trying to come off of the ground. I'm going to let it at first, just until my toe can touch the ground on the right foot. Now I'm going to do the breathing again. I got 5 breaths. And as I exhale, I'm going to try to push that right shoulder into the ground. So here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that right leg goes back up into the air, and then I'm going to drop it alongside my left leg. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the left leg. Left leg comes up as high as I can, right? And then I'm going to cross the body, keeping that foot up high. Left shoulder is going to peel off the ground. I'm going to let it until my left toe touches the ground. Now I go with the breaths. I need 5. Exhaling and melting into the ground. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. We'll lift that left leg back up into the air. And then I'm going to drop. Okay. So that was 1 per leg. We need 5 per leg. So we need 4 more. This time we're just going to roll through it. We've already done the breathing. So you're just going to lift up. You're going to let it fall. And then you're going to bring it back up. And drop the legs. That's going to be 3. Lift that left leg, cross over the body. lift it back up, drop it down, 4, lift up, cross the body, lift it back up, 5. Okay, lift that left leg up. Now this time when we drop the left leg towards the right hand, I want you to look towards your left. It's almost like you're twisting the spine. Left leg is crossing the body while I'm looking left. Bring that back up, drop it. Right leg is up in towards the ceiling. I'm going to drop it towards the left and I'm going to look towards the right. Okay, keep going until we get to 10. Yeah, I added 2. That's okay. These feel good. This is a good reset. What I mean by that is our bodies are constantly trying to form into the positions that we spend the most time in or respond to the stimulus that we place on it, right? So everything is a compromise to your mobility. And I like this type of stuff because it reclaims things. I did a lot of yard work this weekend. So my muscles, even though it's healthy activity, the muscles get tight. And I lose some of my mobility. And I figured today was a good day to try to reclaim it. So good job, you guys. All right. Now, we're going to get into our push-up position. So flip your bodies over, right? Get into the push-up position. So go ahead and get up on those toes, okay? Now, you're going to take your right foot and you're going to try to put it just outside of your right hand. Okay, that leg, left leg is straight. I'm going to try to position that knee right over the right toe. And then I'm going to push the knee out towards the side. I'm going to lift my right hand off the ground, take this right elbow, take a deep breath in, and I'm going to breathe out as I try to touch the ground. Then I'm going to breathe in as I open up and reach towards the ceiling. Let me give you a little better view of me here. All right, so we're here. Right, and this is my breathe out position. And then I'm going to go back down. Or I'm sorry, this is my breathe in position. I'm going to go back down and breathe out. And then breathe in. That's 2. We're going to go to 5 here. 3. 4. 5. Okay, place that hand, that right hand back down on the ground. Take that right foot back. Let's go ahead and get back on the knees. And then let's get a little, what is this? Is this child's pose? Right, shifting those hips back towards those heels. Elbows are on the ground. I'm gonna go ahead and try to push my head towards the ground. Couple of breaths here. 1, we'll do 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, back to your push-up position. Now let's go left side, right? Left side. So left foot to the outside of that left hand, right? Right leg is straight. Bring that left knee forward. It should be right over the toe. I'm going to lift that left hand up. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Trying to get towards the ground. Breathe in as I reach for the ceiling. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, place that left hand back on the ground. Take that left foot back. Join the right foot. Drop those knees. And then we're going to sit all the way back till the elbows get on the ground. The forehead is on the ground. And we're just going to take 5 deep breaths here. And this time, let's point the toes and get the top of the foot flat and sit back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Good job. Okay. I can sit in that position all morning. All morning. Okay. Let's get into a little pigeon, you guys. A little pigeon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back into my push-up position. Start with the right leg. I'm going to bring that right leg up. And I'm going to try to take my tib fib or my shin. And I'm going to cross it, I'm going to bring it up in the middle and try to make it parallel to the ground. Now, I'm going to try to go ahead and put that knee on the ground. And when I do that, my foot wants to come back and tuck underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to pin my foot here. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be sitting on the hip this way. I'm going to be up. That left foot is going to be flat. I'm going to be pushing the top of that left foot into the ground. And I'm just going to be pinning this right foot. And I'm just going to hang out. Hang out. We're going to sit here for about 90 seconds, starting now. I'm going to breathe. All right. Now, I want to make sure that the position is that, or the position I'm in is that my tib fib or my shin is right, is balanced, right? So my torso should be right in the middle of that. So I shouldn't be over on this side, or I shouldn't be too far this side. I should be right in the center, right? And as I'm exhaling, I'm kind of trying to push the hip towards the ground. Evenly though, evenly. Trying to push my right hip into the ground. Sometimes I can get a better position if I really straighten those arms. I'll start to feel a stretch in the hip flexor, and then I'll really feel a stretch here in this glute. All right, so that was 1 minute. Got about 15 seconds here. Five seconds. All right. Go ahead and unpin that foot. Let's get on our knees for a second. Shake that out. The hips. Okay. Back in our push-up position. Now let's bring that left leg up. And I can already feel that this one is not wanting to do this. All right. We're going to get in position and the clock starts now. Yeah, this is my tight side. So I'm exploring this movement, trying to replicate what I did on that other side. And what's working for me is if I take my right leg and I just push it back further, I can get into the stretch a little better. I notice that I have to get my left arm a little bit further in front of me to stabilize me. And then I'm playing around again with straightening those arms, kind of bringing the head back, moving the hips just a little bit. And now I feel like I'm positioned enough to get the stretch. I feel like Heidi is flat on the ground. No? Okay. I can only see Carol's head. I'm glad it's moving though, because maybe she just threw a wig up there and like went back to sleep. I'm here. I'm here. All right, and I encourage you guys that when you're in this position, if you're feeling the stretch, but you feel like you could feel a deeper stretch, explore the movement a little bit. I'm not the best at describing the position, but we're looking to stretch the left glute in this position, right? So I encourage you to explore it a little bit. If I do this, can I feel it more? How about if I do this? What about this, right? All right, and rest. Okay, come out of that slowly. Okay, let's do a little work as if those stretches weren't working, right? Let's get on our butt. All right, let's do some hip raisers, you guys. Some hip raisers. So I'm going to get those heels close to my glutes. I'm going to go ahead and brace my arms, right? Then I'm going to drive through the heels, lifting those glutes as high as I can. As high as I can. When I get as high as I can, I'm going to go a little higher, and then I'm going to come back down. Okay? Let's go for 40 of these. Let's go for 40 Monday morning glute raisers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I got to break that up. I'm feeling that. Ooh, we got 20 more. Here we go. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, I gotta break that up. 10 more. Okay, here we go. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, Good job. Good job. Next, we need a 1 minute forearm plank. 1 minute, right? Now remember, with that forearm plank, when we're in position, if I'm looking at you from the side, elbows underneath the shoulders. If I'm looking at you from the front, elbows underneath the shoulders. Let's keep the hands or fists just as wide as the elbows. All right. We're gonna get started here in 5 seconds. And we're up. Okay. Pushing your body away from the ground with the shoulders. Push as high up as you can. Get to the top of those shoulders. All right, scoop the butt a little bit. Make sure that the heels are pointed straight up towards the ceiling. And we're just breathing. That was 30 seconds. Seconds left. 5 seconds. Okay, rested. All right, next, we're gonna roll right into a Superman. So with the Superman, feet are wide, toes are pointed, fingers are sprayed apart to where thumbs are pointed up towards the ceiling, right? We're gonna keep the head down and we're gonna lift with our glutes. We're gonna try to get up as high as we can. We're gonna get started here in 5 seconds. It's a 30-second Superman. Here we go. Point and reach as high as you can. Keeping the arms straight at the elbow, knees or legs straight at the knees. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, rested. Good job. All right. Side plank. Side plank. Side plank is feet stacked, elbow directly underneath the shoulder. We're going to go here. Okay. We can also go here. Right. We can also go top leg in front, staggered, or we can go bent knee here. Okay. Pick one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Side plank. Hips are up. Be a straight line between that bottom elbow that's supporting you and the fingertips. But hips up. And we're breathing. Five seconds. Okay, rest. Flip it over. Flip it over. Stack the feet. We're going to go in 5 seconds here. And we are up. Seconds. Five seconds. Okay, rest it. All right. We're back on our back. We need 30 glute raises. 30 glute raises. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay. Let's go forearm plank, single leg, 30 seconds. Single leg, right? So that single leg forearm plank, same setup as the regular plank, except I'm going to get here. I'm going to extend that leg, right? I'm going to try to keep it at the same level as my hip, right? And flex the foot. All right. We are going to, let's go 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Let's go right leg extended first. 5 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. We are up. Flex that foot, squeeze the butt. Breathe. Good job. Try to keep those hips level while we're doing this. Flexing that foot. Got 15 seconds. Okay, let's move that right foot out to the side a little bit. There we go. Stay tight. Keep breathing. And rest. Nice. Changes the game when you move that foot out to the side. We're going to get started here in 10 seconds. Get that other side. 5 seconds. All right. 3, 2, 1. Left leg is extended. Left foot is flexed. We're pressing away from the ground. Hips are level. Keeping the hips level. Okay, that was 15 seconds. Got 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. Let's move that left foot out to the side. 5 seconds. Rest it. Okay, we got a Superman. We have a Superman here in 10 seconds. Pointing the toes, keeping the legs straight at the knees, arms straight to the elbows. Fingers are sprayed. 3, 2, 1. Head is down. We are up. Five seconds. And rest. Okay, 2 more movements and we're going to call it. Side plank, 10 seconds, or we're starting in 10 seconds. We're going to go for 30 seconds. 5 seconds. And we're up. Hips up high. Push them away from the ground. Keep the feet stacked. Keep breathing. 5 seconds. Okay, rest. Other side, other side. 5 seconds. And we are up. This is definitely my stronger side. and rest it. Okay. Good job, you guys. Good job. I don't know about you, but I needed that. I'm sure I could have pushed and got a hard workout in the day, but again, sometimes you don't want to demand or command of the body, right? You want to work with the body. The nicer you treat it, the nicer it will be to you. So today's affirmation or today's words of wisdom. Now this one, I don't know why it spoke to me, but it did. And so I'm going to use it. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I want to change myself. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I wanted to change myself. I suppose this one spoke to me because as the older I get and the more life experiences I have, I realize that it is, I don't want to say a waste of time, but it is futile to try to change the things that you cannot control, right? In my relationships with, as being a dad, as being a husband, as friends and things that I struggle with other people, I've had more success when I really focus on what I can change in that situation to make it better. So I'll give you an example, right? And sometimes I share way too much, but that's okay. So I'm a neat freak. I don't know what would give you that idea, right? But everything has its place, right? And so in my house, I have a keychain or a key hanger right by the door. I'm probably telling all the burglars how to crack my code, right? Now, the reason why that's there is because every time I come in, I like to hang my keys there, right? So when I'm in a rush and it's time to go, I know exactly where the keys are, right? I also created a spot to where you put your shoes, right? And so when I come in, I take my shoes off and I put them there. And when I'm in a rush, I can grab the shoes. Now, my son and my wife don't agree with that philosophy. So they come home and they might kick one shoe there and they might kick one shoe there, right? And it used to drive me insane. And it was a constant point of contention. And what I realized is that whole organization thing was something that I needed or that I want, which meant that if I needed that, then I need to take shoes and put them where I want them to be. And that eliminated the contention, right? And so this is kind of reaching because I didn't really put much thought into this. It just kind of spoke to me and I'm like, I'm going to pass this along. But I wanted to change them and I wanted to change, but all I really needed to do was focus on what I needed and then just make that happen. So there it is. Take that for what it's worth. Yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I just wanted to change myself. So let's change ourselves by getting up in the morning, moving, taking care of our bodies, staying on our square, and doing things that we need to do, because that does kind of come back to the stress of life. All that stuff is coming. And if we're on our square, we are going to respond or show up as our best selves, right? That's us changing ourselves and not worrying about the outside stuff. So with that being said, go out there and attack this Monday. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Thank you for joining me. Friday, I'm sorry, I did not post Friday's workout on my platform, but I will do that today right after this one. We played the card game. So I'm sure you can't wait to plug that one in and do that one, but it will be there along with this one. And I will see you guys here on Wednesday morning, same time, same place. All right. Good to see you guys. Have a good
Good to
day.
see you.
Thanks, Chuck.